Thank you very much. You can see all the discussion question in our chat box, and we already cover. Um, okay, anyways, you can take your time. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. So here, thank you. Thanks for tonight. Okay, thank you. Take your time. Good night. So here we are. Like we are two, my Shioma and me. Hello, Shioma.
Hi.
So let's begin. We discuss all those things.
Okay.
Okay. So let's begin with you. I have few things. My okay. Let's see how many questions. We have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So we have eight, nine, 10 questions. So I will ask you 8 questions. Is it okay for you?
Sure. Go ahead.
So let's begin. So my first question for you: how do you think modern technology has changed the way we work?
Okay. In recent years, I think there have been many changes with modern technology. For example, recently we have washing machine. Unlike in the olden days that we used to wash our clothes with our hands, it helps makes our work easier and faster and actually endurable.
Okay. So next question again for you: do you think the opportunity? I'm sorry. Do you think that operating equipment at work can ever have some bad effect on the body?
Well, this is both a yes and no type of question. For the yes part, I think some equipment that are not at the level with the human body, some that are dropped on the floor, you still have to bend down and do the work that you want to do, even when the technology is not available. So as long as the body keeps bending, not being in a good position, but when they are kept at a level ground, maybe on a table or raised higher to the level where your body can accommodate, it makes it easier. So I think it depends on the material, the technology, the equipment that is being used.
Okay. So next question again for you: do you think it is important for employees to be trained to use the equipment at work?
Definitely, yeah, of course. I think it is very important to train workers to use your equipment. I mean, that is why the equipment is there. That is why you employ workers. Most equipment cannot operate on their own. So you have to educate your workers on how to use them.
Okay. So next question again for you: had old people's life quality improved when compared to the past?
Sorry?
Okay. Had old people's life quality improved when compared to the past?
Okay. Yeah, using what I know, my knowledge, I think yes. What people these days, there are different improvements in their life compared to people in the olden days. I mean, back in the day, most house equipments are not available. They are all done manually, and old people tends to hire people that will do the job for them because as you grow old in age, there are health issues that come with it. But in these days, because of modern technology, there are different machines at home that even without hiring help, old people can take care of themselves.
Okay, so next question again for you: is it possible for us to know all the to know the children who are 3 or 4 years old will become musician or performer when they grow up?
This is a tricky question. Well, I think you can find out if a child is talented in one aspect or the other. Like a child that's a 3-year-old child that can sing very well. If you train that child in musical parts, I think they will do well in when they become an adult. But if a child can sing at year 3 or 4, and they tend to deviate from that line of education in the future. They may lose that talent in adulthood. So yeah, definitely you can make out a child who can paint or sing very well as a, as a child.
Hmm. Okay. So next question again for you. Why is there a generation gap between the young and old?
I think it's mainly a technology issue because this generation deals more on technology. Almost everything about their life is on the social media. Unlike olden days where they hardly or most social networking is not available, so they depend on what they had. But these days, things are coming up, new things are coming up, or with the rise in this generation, and other people needs to go back and learn what is available in this generation if they want to join the trend. So yes.
Okay. What can young and old people learn from each other?
mm, well, there are different things they can learn. There are different things. Okay, to me, I think there are different things old people and people can learn from each other. The first is communication, how to communicate to one another. I mean, older people, they have more experience in that aspect because unlike younger people, that depends mainly on social media. What the elderly people can teach the young ones how to communicate and how to relate socially with other humans. Why the younger ones have the power or have more power when it comes to uh, modern technology, so they can educate or teach the older ones also in that aspect.
Okay. So next question again for you. Do you think artists with talent should focus on their talents?
Actually, yeah, I think so. I mean, if you're good in something, you should focus on it and develop it more so you'll be better. Sorry, excuse me. So you'll be better in it. Someone that is good in singing should focus on singing rather than going to a different field of work that they are not good or perfect in. I mean, the more it's sorry, I mean, the more you have a knowledge about something, you should focus on that profession and develop more on it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Yoma. And that is the end of our discussion area. Like how many questions I have, I asked you. Thank you very much. Now it's your turn. You can ask your question.
Mm, okay. Um, why is there generation gap between the young and the old?
Okay, I think this is really difficult questions. Um, Generation gap. It's not about technology. Depend on their mind because if we have age gap, then we have different types of opinion. If I compare with the elderly person with younger, they have different types of opinion, and it's only happening only for mind gap. It's only happening only for age gap, rather than having any technologies or any system.
Okay. Do you think arguments are important?
From my opinion, I believe, and this is very much crucial point in our regular life. If we are having any doubt, we should argue with our opinion. That could bring a different solution. Might what we are receiving, that would create any problem. But if we have any argument with any other person, we'd have a correct idea, like perfect solution that could that could solve the situation. For example, I would say, yeah, a few days ago I was having a problem with my boss, and I was arguing with my senior supervisor. And after the moment, like after 5 or 10 minutes, our company owner, he came there, and he was trying to solve the situation, and he shared the better solution. We are fighting for the color and material that we could use for our t-shirt that we are producing in our garments area. But what we did, that was create a lot of issue. Might we use a black and white color that show like a raw color, but we shouldn't use that. But our company owner, he shared different methods like we have to use 5% white and 5% black that could mix and that could produce different colors. So yeah, that was the time. So I believe argument is very much important.
Okay. Maybe, sorry, can I say something before we continue?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I think in part three speaking parts, we don't they usually say, because some the videos I've YouTube I've watched, it's a general statement. It's not, you shouldn't personalize it, because the example you
Okay.
gave, you
Okay.
were talking about
Yeah, I
yourself.
agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Okay. Your next question: what do the family members generally argue about?
I'm sorry. Could you please repeat the questions?
What do family members generally argue about?
Okay, I believe nowadays a lot of family person, they are abandoning a lot of things, and they are creating a lot of bindings with their children. Probably it would be they shouldn't move out from their house, and they shouldn't stay outside until like 6 p.m. So yeah, those the things might they are creating issue. And I believe we are having digital world. We shouldn't force our children like they should stay in their house, and they shouldn't stay outside like till 6 p.m. Might that could create issue on their brain, and that could hamper their regular growing up. Yeah. So I believe if we abandon all those bindings, might it would be much valuable things. Our children, they would grow up properly, and they would never face any problem.
Okay. Your next question: is it easier for you to have arguments with your friends or your family members?
Uh, I think for me, it's quite simple. Argue with my family rather than fight with our friend circle, because I believe if we fight with any friends, they would never understand. They would also fight. They would also argue with everyone. That would make me crazy. But in my family, if I argue with anyone, they would never argue with me. They would never share anything with the opposite way. So they would support me. So I would make myself cool, and yeah, within 5 minutes, the situation will be under control.
Okay. Do you think artists with talent should focus on their talents?
Yeah, of course, they should polish, because talent everyone has, but people are unable to find out it. But if someone are able to receive their talent, it's called hidden power. If we have this power, we should polish that. We should polish them, and we should take care about our talent regular basis. We should practice with our qualities that could make our life much better, and that could make sense to create a future in with our destiny.
All right. Had old people's life quality improved when compared to the past?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat the question?
Had old people's life quality improved when compared to the past?
Okay, I think a lot of things change. Um, if we speak about past generation, during this moment, like those generation didn't receive high technology, but nowadays we have all the facilities. We could contact anywhere within very short time, that young as well as elderly person are benefited. For example, a lot of families they stay outside on their country, They were unable to contact with them without through a letter or something else. But nowadays it's quite similar. It's quite simple. Might in future it become more simple, more easier. And nowadays they could easily contact through WhatsApp or Facebook connector or anything else. They could easily contact with them, and they could speak properly with them. So this is the changes we could see.
Okay. Is it possible for us to know the children who are 3 or 4 years old will become musician or painter when they grow up?
Oh wow, this is really difficult question, I believe, and technically as well. As your children, they have a special mind, and they could easily catch anything within very short time, and they could grow up with a different way. If we train them to be a musician, might they could they could receive this talent and they could polish their qualities, and might in future they become a singer or any musician. So it depends how we are treating them, how we are take care about our children. That could make the sense properly to make their future.
Okay. What can young and old people learn from each other?
I think a lot of things they could learn, but especially I would definitely say, which is experience. As the elderly person, they have a lot of experience in their life compared to the young generation. They don't have those kinds of experience. For example, if I say in this world, any father, they have a lot of experience in their life. They could guide their children. They could suggest their family. They could train their children, and they could properly take care of their family. That could make sense. That could help them to develop their career. And my young generation or any child, they could learn a lot of things from their father generation.
Okay. How do you think modern technology has changed the way we work?
I'm sorry. Could you please repeat the question?
Okay. How do you think modern technology has changed the way we work?
How do I?
How do you think modern technology has changed the way we work?
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is quite simple. I think modern system are helping us in our regular life because it's make ourselves much easier, much comfortable to complete the task properly. For example, we are able to use email, or we are able to use a lot of fax text, or we can use via WhatsApp call or video calls. That make our life more easier. And nowadays we have a lot of electronic devices that are making our life more easier. If I compare with previous generation, in particular road construction or building construction, everything made by hand. But nowadays everything are related technologies. They are using different types of equipment to develop all the construction area. So everything related technology and devices. So digitalize is helping us, to be honest.
All right. I think that brings the complete of your
Okay,
questions.
thank you. Thank you very much,
Thank
Shioma,
you.
for asking your question to me. And congratulations again. Not like congratulations. I should say best of luck for tomorrow. I wish
Thank you.
you did a great job. And thank you very much, Shioma, for joining us. Now we're gonna say goodbye and good night because with this
All
answering
right.
question, we have done all the parts. Thank you very much, Shioma,
Mm.
and enjoy your time. Don't